We sent an invitation to Mayor Alice Goo, but she just sent a letter of regrets. And we invited, and then we have Mayor Jaime Capil of the municipality of Porac, province of Tarlac, together with Engineer Glenn Lansangan. We invited, Your Honor, Ms. Goo Jiang Shong, Sheila Goo, Wesley Goo. These are the relatives of Mayor Goo. But the lawyer of the Goo acknowledged our letter, but they just reply that, the lawyer replied that he is not representing the other members of the family. Then
the lawyer replied that he's not representing the members of the family?
Yes.
The other members?
Yes. But,
this is the lawyer of Alice Goo.
Yes.
So why is he even writing the committee about them? At ano po yung grounds ni Alice Goo for not attending the hearing?
Well,
sa kanyang sulat, Comsec?
Yes. And I read, this is the letter of explanation of Mayor Goo. On 21 June 2024, I received an invitation to a public hearing dated 20 June 2024 from this honorable committee, inviting my presence as a resource person to the aforesaid public hearing scheduled on 26 June 2024 at 10 o'clock in the morning. Regrettably, I would like to most respectfully inform this honorable committee that I cannot attend and participate in the said hearing because I personally believe that I am not fit to appear as one of the resource persons to the said inquiry. Truth be told, my exposure to prolonged stress and high level of anxiety owing to the concerning and malicious accusation thrown against me have adversely affected and caused serious impact on my physical and mental health. With all due
the mayor believes she is not fit to be a resource person, but the committee obviously believes she is fit to be a resource person. Kaya natin inimbita siya ulit. Please proceed, Comsec.
With all due respect, as you may already know, I am placed under preventive suspension for 6 months by the Office of the Ombudsman, while the administrative charges filed against me are pending. Worse, our motion for reconsideration with motion to lift preventive suspension dated 10 June 2024 was denied, and in an order dated 18 June 2024. Second, several letters of authority were served to me and to my other legitimate businesses as the Bureau of Internal Revenue commenced their assessment. Third, the Presidential Anti-Organized Crime Commission has openly filed a criminal complaint against me, charging me with a non-bailable offense of qualified human trafficking. More importantly, I have been exposed to public ridicule, humiliation, and hatred for several months now, tarnishing my public image, character, and reputation. Unfortunately, I have already been prejudged guilty by the public despite the absence of any finding by the court of law and proper tribunals. In view of the foregoing, please accept my most sincere apologies for my absence and for any inconvenience this may have caused the committee. I would like to emphasize that I have no ill will or slightest intent to disrespect, disregard, or disobey this honorable committee. From Ms. Alice Goo.
Thank you, Comsec. Unfortunately, the non-appearance of Mayor Alice Goo is a disregard of the invitation of the committee. At kahit may ongoing processes sa Office of the Ombudsman, sa BIR, sa PAOK, hindi yan dahilan na hindi siya magpakita rito. So at the proper time, I will consider ordering the issuance of a subpoena to Mayor Alice Goo. What about the other persons invited? Comsec, Goo, Jian Zhong, Sheila Goo, Wesley Goo, and Lin Wenye.
There's no reply from them except that reply of the lawyer that he's not representing the other member of the family.
Which is a non-reply of the lawyer. So
Then
the same, the chair will consider ordering the issuance of subpoenas as well to the other persons invited.
Yes,
Comsec, before you proceed, Sen Sherwin.
May I inquire if Ms. Nancy Gamo was also invited?
Your Honor,
Comsec.
we invited also Ms. Nancy Gamo, and we did not receive a reply. But during her interview, she told the interviewer that she will attend the hearing of the committee.
Madam Chair, she is central to this hearing, considering that she is on record the accountant or the person in charge of filing documents in behalf of the Go family in the different Go related companies, and then her name also appeared in different POGO companies. So she's very central to this investigation. And at the proper time, Madam Chair, I'll join you in your motion to subpoena these personalities.
Thank you, Senator Sherwin.
Madam Chair, there are still some resource persons here, I believe, that need to be acknowledged.
Yes,
so we
thank
know
you,
who they are.
Grace. Just before we ask the COMSEC to do that, just to make of record that my office received a sworn statement of facts affidavit from Nancy J. Gamo, and one of the points she makes here is that, however, I was unable to attend because I opened the email containing the invitation too late. Although this was for an invitation last May 22. So the point made earlier by Senator Sherwin stands, and the chair welcomes his manifestation. Please proceed, COMSEC.
Your Honor, we also invited Jack Lopez Uy, but we were not able to locate his address. Then we invited Mr. Dennis Cunanan, the consultant of Advantage Management Consulting Philippines, but he just sent his lawyer, Attorney J. Floran Clerigo.
Is the attorney present, COMSEC?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, noted. Thank you, attorney.
Then from we invited Mr. John Patrick Sampson, but the address that was given to us, the address there actually, the office was already closed. Then we sent an invitation to Mr. Alberto Rodolfo de la Serna and Ms. Cassandra Ong, and we received no reply from them. Then we have with us Ms. Merly Joy Manalo Castro. Then on our invitation for Mr. Walter Wong Long, the warden of the provincial jail of Tarlac sent us a letter of reply, informing us that our request has been denied by the judge. The judge denied our invitation, our request for the appearance of Mr. Wong, based on the revised rules of civil procedure. Then we actually wrote another letter to Warden Munoz, requesting if we can invite Mr. Wong online. But he replied, and can I read his reply, Your Honor?
Please proceed, COMSEC.
Inasmuch as the undersigned is eager to comply with your request, I'm afraid that doing so will have a consequence of facing charges of contempt before the court of jurisdiction. Secondly, I am not considering that I might be violating the constitutional right of the accused to self-incrimination, as explicitly cited by the Honorable Judge Order dated 24 June 2024 under the revised rules of civil procedure, which is the very underlying reason for his denial of our request for a court order.
The committee thanks the good judge for the reply, and we'll consult with Senate Legal kung ano yung proper possible next steps namin, fully respecting the separate and co-equal status of our different branches of government. Please proceed, COMSEC.
Yes, we also sent an invitation to Mr. Jonathan Mendoza, the spokesperson of Zone U1, Ms. Nancy Jimenez Gamo. Then there's no reply from them. Then from the Lucky South 99, we invited Mr. Michael Bryce Macarenas, Ms. Stephanie Macarenas, and Mr. Rodrigo Bande, and Mr. Shantang, Mr. Jing Gu. but we did not receive any reply from them. The last hearing, the Honorable Senator Win Gatchalian reminded us about the subpoena about Ms. Jamie Lynn Cruz, Mr. Roderick Paul Pujante, and Mr. Juan Miguel Alpaz. But until now, we cannot get the address because the address stated in the articles of incorporation were all non-existent. That's all, Your Honors.
Thank you, ComSec.
May I-
So in addition to the previously mentioned Alice Guo, Guo Jian Zhong, Lin Wen Ye, Sheila Guo, and Wesley Guo, all the other invited resource persons, except for Dennis Cunanan, who is represented today by his attorney, all the other invited resource persons whose offices were closed, who gave no reply, and of course also accepting Walter Wong Long because the invitation to him is already covered by the reply of the good judge. The other invited resource persons, also whose addresses are non-existent, may at the proper time be the subject of the proper motion and ordering of the issuance of subpoena. So, ComSec, could you please administer the oath to those present sa mga hindi pa po nakakapanumpa sa atin?
May I request those who have not taken their oath during our last hearing to please stand up, raise your right hand, and repeat after me. I, please state your name, do solemnly swear that I will tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to this investigation. Thank you. You may now take your seat.
Maraming salamat, ComSec, at sa lahat ng mga resource persons. Before we go back to you, Sec Rodolfo, and our questions for the Board of Investments, just to act on this matter already, the Chair orders the issuance of subpoenas to the previously mentioned invited resource persons who did not make themselves available for the hearing today.
I second the motion, Madam Chair.
So moved and duly seconded. Thank you to Sen. Sherwin. So the Chair orders such, ComSec. Salamat po. So let's go on now with the Board of Investments. We'll flash again, Yusek Rodolfo, the SIRV of Guo Huaping and the BOI letter to the BI dated 4th June 2024. Familiar po ba kayo sa mga dokumentong ito at pwede nyo po bang ipaliwanag sa amin ano po yung konteksto ng mga dokumentong ito?
Yes, Your Honor. Honorable Chair, honorable members of the committee, we actually received 3 requests on information related to this hearing. One is from Commissioner Norman Tansinco on a letter that he sent to our DTI Secretary Alfredo Pascual and the BOI Executive Director Bobby Fondevilla. This was dated June 3, inquiring on the complete details of the Special Investors Resident Visa application of one Guo Jian Zhong. And we replied, Your Honor, June 3, same date, but was received the day after by the Bureau of Immigration, informing the Bureau of Immigration that as per our records, the said foreign national and his dependents were previous holders of SIRV issued pursuant to provisions of Book 5 of Executive Order 226, otherwise known as the Omnibus Investment Code of 1987, with the following details. So the SIRVs were issued to Guo Jian Zhong, the principal, with date of birth 16 September 1958, to Shi Xiu Mei, the dependent spouse, date of birth September 9, 1961, to Guo Lingling, the dependent daughter, date of birth November 21, 1982, and to Guo Lina, dependent daughter, September 15, 1986 yung date of birth po. The SIRB status, this was canceled in May 23, 2003. And then,
So, Yusek, yung mga pangalang binanggit nyo dun sa naunang SIRV na in-issue are different from the names we see here. So, we're presuming these are different dependents, or we can say they are not the same as appear in these
yung
documents.
sa pangalan po, but we have no competence. We're not the competent authority to determine whether pareho silang mga katauhan po. But may I also proceed, Madam Chair, on the official request that we received from the Senate Committee on Women, Children, Family Relations, Gender Equality,
Yes,
dated
please.
19th June and 20th June. So, on a Lin Wenyi, Chinese national, and as I mentioned, former holder of SIRB. Following are the details of the said foreign national based on the files on record. So this refers to Lin Wenyi. Ms. Lin applied for SIRB along with her dependents Guo Hua Ping, Guo Jianglong, and Guo Xiang Dian. Their SIRB were granted 25 May 2000. She invested $75,000 in Triumph Embroidery Center Incorporated, formerly Hua Fei Embroidery Center Incorporated, a business enterprise engaged in rendering embroidery services. The said firm is considered an eligible form of investment under the SIRB rules and regulations. The existence of the said investment was confirmed via an ocular inspection conducted by the BOI on May 22, 2002. The following documents were submitted for the revalidation of their SIRB, because this is part of the SIRB process po. Valid Chinese passports, alien certificates of registration, SEC registration, and articles of incorporation of Huafei Embroidery Center, a certificate of inward remittance issued by the Bangko Sentral of Pilipinas, that time dated September 30, 1999. Now, in line with our rules, after the validation of foreign nationals' eligibility for SIRB, their names were endorsed to the Bureau of Immigration for the grant of the visa. The Bureau of Immigration conducts its own validation process and then acts on the BOI endorsement by implementing the visas in sticker form onto the holders' passports. Their SIRB were canceled on August 22, 2011, as represented by the letter of the holder's authorized representative. They were applying for Special Resident Retirees Visa, or SRRV, with the Philippine Retirement Authority. This was as of September 12, 2011 po. Upon verification by BOI with PRA, the said foreign nationals are currently active holders of the SRRV. Now, we also provided, Madam Chair, copies of the following documents to the Senate in reply to the June 19 and June 20th letters. The accomplished SIRV application form, the initial report of investment by the applicant, the accomplished deed of undertaking, the certification of inward remittance issued by the Bangko Sentral Registration Department, the certification issued by Huafei Embroidery Center Incorporated certifying Li Wenyi as a stockholder of the firm, the articles of incorporation and bylaws of Huafei Embroidery Center Incorporated, the annual income tax return and balance sheet for calendar years ending December 31, 2001 of Huafei Embroidery Center duly received by the Bureau of Internal Revenue, the affidavit on the capacity to invest of at least $75,000, the certifications issued by the Department of Health National Quarantine Office, the passport bio pages and visa stamps, and the biometrics, in particular, the right thumbprint of the said personalities. Please be informed also that the SIRB holders are required to physically report to our office upon approval of their visas to have their pictures and biometrics captured for issuance of the SIRB ID. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Yusek. So, do you confirm the authenticity of these documents related to the SIRV of Guo Huaping?
Yes, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Ano po yung requirements para sa SIRV application bukod sa maaring nabanggit nyo na kanina? And also, what about the dependents of an applicant? May requirements din po ba kaugnay nila?
Yung requirement, doon po doon sa principal applicant, nabanggit na natin yung mga documentary requirements, pero ang main requirement po is the $75,000 na investment in qualified targeted investments. Ito pong, pag sinabi natin qualified investment targets, this would be in shares of stock in corporations engaged in services, manufacturing, or in a publicly listed company. Dati ho, pinapayagan natin yung pag-invest sa condominium units or in a trading enterprise. But since 2002, hindi na ho natin pinapayagan yung mga yon. Doon sa mga dependent ho, in addition to the documentary requirements that I mentioned, they have to be below 21 years old, which would explain ho, kung makikita ho natin doon sa birth date ni Guo Huaping, nung nag-apply ho sila, nung requested their SIRB to be canceled in 22 August 2011, lalagpas na ho siya sa 21 years old. Kaya siya we could surmise that that is the reason why they transferred to the Philippine Retirement Authority Special Resident Retirees Visa.
Salamat, Yusek. Oo, patatanungin din natin yung tungkol sa PRA mamaya. Pero dito pa rin sa SIRV ng BOI, required po ba ang personal appearance ng lahat ng aplikante? At may biometrics bang kinukuha ang BOI?
Opo, Madam Chair. The SIRB holders are required to physically report to the Board of Investments upon approval of their visas to have their pictures and biometrics, in particular ho, signature and fingerprint captured. Para ho to kasi sa issuance ng kanilang SIRV ID. So kailangan po silang mag-physically to report in our offices. In our office, sorry.
And speaking of, kanina binabanggit nyo nga po yung thumbprints, no? Kababanggit nyo ulit ngayon. Normal po ba na yung isang ina, i-enter niya yung thumbprint niya para sa minor child niya? So, halimbawa, in the case of one of these documents, yung minor child, mga 9 years old, so hindi na po siya baby. At may papakita po ako dito ulit. Ito po, even to the naked eye, it looks like dun sa ano kanina, yung slide po na magkasama yung thumbprint ni Li Wenye at yung thumbprint ni Guo Haping. Mukhang magkapareho ang thumbprint nung Lin Wenye